In the world of aviation, tragedy can strike unexpectedly, reminding us of the profound risks that come with taking to the skies. Aero Accidents, a channel that dives deep into the somber reality of aviation incidents and accidents, invites you to join us on a solemn journey through the heartbreaking stories and profound lessons that emerge from aviation mishaps.
Flight 123, this is Control Tower. You're cleared for takeoff into a world where aviation history unfolds, revealing untold stories of triumph and tragedy. Welcome aboard to Aero Accidents, and buckle up for a captivating journey as we unravel the mysteries of the skies together.
On a seemingly routine day, United Airlines Flight 232 took off from Stapleton International Airport in Denver, Colorado, bound for its destination, O'Hare International Airport in Chicago, Illinois. Little did the crew and passengers know that this would be a fateful journey marked by a tragedy and heroism. The aircraft involved in the ill-fated flight was a McDonnell Douglas DC-10, a wide-body airliner known for its reliability and long-range capabilities. The plane had been in service for over a decade with a good safety record, instilling a sense of confidence among those on board. As the flight climbed to its cruising altitude of 37,000 feet, disaster struck. Without warning, the fan disc of the tail-mounted engine, known as the number 2 engine, disintegrated due to a fatigue crack in one of its fan blades. The ensuing explosion ripped through the rear of the engine, severing critical hydraulic lines and causing extensive damage to the craft. The sudden loss of hydraulic fluid had severe impacts for the flight crew. Hydraulic systems are essential for controlling the plane's flight surfaces, including the ailerons, elevators, and rudder. With the hydraulic lines severed, the crew found themselves unable to control the aircraft in a conventional manner. The pilots, led by Captain Alfred Haynes, faced an unprecedented and daunting challenge. With limited control over the plane, they had to find alternative methods to stabilize and navigate the aircraft. Through communication with United Airlines Maintenance Center and experimentation, they discovered that by manipulating the throttle settings on the remaining engines, they could achieve some control over the plane's direction and attitude. The crew's resourcefulness and quick thinking became vital lifelines as they struggled to regain stability. They constantly adjusted the thrust of the remaining engines to achieve a crude form of steering. The difficulty of their task cannot be overstated, as the DC-10's design made it highly sensitive to even minor imbalances in thrust, posing a constant threat to the plane's stability. As the crew fought to maintain control, chaos reigned inside the cabin. Passengers were thrown into a state of panic, confronted by the sudden jolts, loud noises, and the uncertain fate that awaited them. Amidst the commotion, flight attendants worked tirelessly to provide reassurance, distribute life jackets, and prepare passengers for an emergency landing. The crew desperately searched for a suitable landing site. Their options were limited, and given the nature of the situation, a safe landing seemed nearly impossible. Nevertheless, they decided on Sioux Gateway Airport in Sioux City, Iowa, as their best chance for survival. The stage was set for an incredible test of skill, resilience, and determination. As Flight 232 hurtled toward its uncertain fate, the crew and passengers braced themselves for the ordeal that laid ahead. As United Airlines Flight 232 hurled toward Sioux City Gateway Airport in Sioux City, Iowa, the crew faced an overwhelming challenge. The loss of hydraulic control meant that traditional methods of maneuvering the aircraft were futile. The fate of the 296 souls on board rested on the ingenuity and composure of the flight crew. Captain Alfred Haynes, First Officer William Records, and Second Officer Dudley Dvorak, along with the assistance of a DC-10 instructor pilot who happened to be a passenger, Dennis Fitch, worked together to find a way to control the uncontrollable. They realized that by adjusting the throttle settings of the remaining engines, they could create a differential thrust, effectively acting as a makeshift rudder to steer the craft. However, controlling the plane using differential thrust was an incredibly difficult task. The DC-10 was not designed to be flown in this manner, and the slightest imbalance in thrust could result in the aircraft becoming uncontrollable. The crew had to maintain constant coordination and communication to make delicate adjustments and counteract any deviations in the flight path. Despite their efforts, the plane continued to roll, pitch, and yaw unpredictably. The crew's limited control over the aircraft made it challenging to maintain stability and prevent a catastrophic loss of control. At one point, the aircraft rolled onto its back, and the crew fought valiantly to recover from this perilous situation. Inside the cabin, the passengers experienced the terrifying consequences of the damaged aircraft. The violent motions of the plane and the uncertainty of the situation caused fear and panic. Nevertheless, the flight attendants demonstrated remarkable composure and professionalism, providing reassurance and support to the passengers. As the crew battled to control the aircraft, time was running out. They knew that a successful landing would be extremely challenging, if not impossible, given the circumstances. However, their determination and relentless efforts to save lives propelled them forward. With Sioux City Gateway Airport in sight, the crew initiated their approach. They skillfully manipulated the throttles, adjusting the differential thrust to guide the aircraft toward the runway. The passengers, aware of the dire situation, braced themselves for impact, hoping for the best. In a remarkable display of skill and bravery, Captain Haynes executed a crash landing on the runway. The landing was far from perfect, as the lack of hydraulic control prevented the crew from performing a conventional landing. Nevertheless, their efforts minimized the impact and prevented the aircraft from disintegrating upon impact. The crash landing resulted in a catastrophic breakup of the aircraft, leading to a large fire and a plume of smoke. Despite the devastating scene, many passengers and crew members survived the initial impact. The heroic actions of fellow passengers and emergency responders played a crucial role in evacuating survivors and providing medical aid. Don't miss out on the impactful stories and important lessons from Aero accidents. Subscribe now and join us in our pursuit of aviation safety and understanding. As the aircraft came to rest on the runway after the crash landing, chaos engulfed the cabin. The impact had caused severe injuries, and the plane was engulfed in smoke and flames. In this dire situation, ordinary people rose to the occasion, displaying extraordinary acts of bravery and selflessness. Passengers immediately sprang into action, assisting one another and providing comfort amidst the chaos. Many acted as impromptu first responders, tending to the injured and helping them escape the wreckage. They formed human chains to pass injured individuals to safety and supported one another in navigating the obstacles blocking their path. The flight attendants played a crucial role in managing the evacuation process. Despite being injured themselves, they remained calm and organized, guiding passengers to the emergency exits and ensuring their safe exit from the aircraft. Their training and professionalism under extreme circumstances were instrumental in saving lives. Outside the aircraft, emergency responders rushed to the scene, putting their lives on the line to rescue survivors. Firefighters battled the raging flames and worked tirelessly to extinguish the fire, all while providing medical aid to those in need. Their swift response and coordinated efforts contributed to the successful evacuation and treatment of the injured. Tragically, not everyone made it out alive. The crash claimed the lives of 111 individuals, leaving an indelible mark on their families and loved ones. However, the heroic acts and collective efforts of the crew, passengers, and emergency responders led to the survival of 185 individuals who defied the odds. The crash of Flight 232 serves as a testament to the resilience and compassion of the human spirit. In the face of unimaginable adversity, ordinary individuals demonstrated extraordinary bravery, selflessness, and unity. Their actions became beacons of hope, reminding us of the strength that can be found in community and the innate desire to help one another in times of crisis. Following the crash of United Airlines Flight 232, the National Transportation Safety Board launched an extensive investigation to determine the cause of the accident and identify any safety deficiencies. The findings of the investigation led to significant changes in aviation practices, shaping the industry's approach to safety and emergency procedures. One of the primary lessons learned from the crash was the importance of aircraft design and redundancy. The investigation revealed that the fan disc failure in the tail-mounted engine was caused by a fatigue crack in one of the fan blades. As a result, manufacturers and regulators re-evaluated engine designs and implemented more stringent inspection and maintenance protocols to detect potential fatigue cracks. Another critical aspect that emerged from the investigation was the significance of crew training and preparedness. The crew of Flight 232 demonstrated exceptional resourcefulness and adaptability in the face of a near-impossible situation. Their ability to think creatively and work together ultimately saved lives. In response, training programs for pilots were enhanced to include simulations and scenarios that replicate complex emergencies, ensuring that they are better equipped to handle unexpected situations. Engage with us in the comment section below, sharing your thoughts, insights, and personal experiences. Thank you for joining us on this meaningful journey.